Once upon a time, in a bustling city, there lived a man named Armaan. Armaan was an ordinary guy with an extraordinary dream. He worked at a small bookstore, spending his days surrounded by shelves of forgotten tales and dusty novels. But Armaan believed his life was destined for something far greater. He often told himself, "One day the world will know my story." One fateful evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the city lights began to twinkle, Armaan was locking up the store when an old man approached him. The man's clothes were tattered and his face was lined with the wrinkles of time. In his hands, he held a peculiar, ancient-looking book. "You seem like a man who understands the power of stories," the old man said, his voice raspy yet compelling. "Take this book. It holds secrets that can change lives, but only if you're willing to believe." Armaan hesitated. He had heard plenty of strange tales from customers over the years, but something about the old man's demeanor intrigued him. With a nod, he accepted the book. The old man smiled faintly and disappeared into the night without another word. When Armaan got home, he examined the book. Its cover was made of worn leather, and the pages were yellowed with age. The title read, "The Whispering Chronicles." Curiosity piqued. Armaan opened the book to find the first page blank. Flipping through, he realized every page was empty. Disappointed, he set the book aside and went to bed, thinking it was just a bizarre encounter. That night, Armaan had a dream unlike any he had ever experienced. He found himself in a vast, mystical library. The shelves stretched endlessly into the sky, and every book seemed to glow faintly. A whisper filled the air, soft yet clear. "Write your truths, and the world will listen." When Armaan woke up, the words echoed in his mind. He glanced at the book on his bedside table and decided to give it another look. As he picked it up, the blank pages began to fill with his words. They told the story of his life, his struggles, his hopes, and his dreams. Every time he thought of a memory or a feeling, the book seemed to capture it effortlessly. It was as if the book was alive, recording his very essence. Over the next few days, Armaan couldn't put the book down. He poured his heart into its pages, reliving moments he had buried deep within. The more he wrote, the more he felt a sense of clarity and purpose. He decided to share snippets of his writings on social media, not expecting much. To his surprise, people connected with his words instantly. Comments poured in, each one filled with admiration and gratitude. "Your story speaks to my soul," one person wrote. "I feel like you're telling my story," said another. As days turned into weeks, Armaan's following grew exponentially. People from all over the world reached out, sharing their own stories and finding solace in his. Inspired by their response, Armaan decided to create a video narrating the journey of discovering the mysterious book and how it changed his life. He called it, "The Book That Wrote My Soul." The video went viral almost instantly. Within hours, it had thousands of views. By the end of the week, it had crossed 1 million. Armaan's inbox was flooded with messages from people wanting to know more about the book and his journey. Offers from publishers and media houses started rolling in, but Armaan remained grounded. He knew his mission wasn't just about fame or fortune. It was about inspiring others to find their own truths. One day, as Armaan was preparing to upload another video, he noticed something peculiar. The book's pages, once filled with his words, were now blank again. Panicked, he flipped through, but there wasn't a single word in sight. Just as he was about to give up, he noticed new words appearing on the first page. "Your story has been told. Now, it's time to help others tell theirs." Armaan realized the book's true purpose. It wasn't just a vessel for his story, but a tool to ignite stories in others. He started a movement called Whispering Chronicles, encouraging people to share their truths and connect through the power of storytelling. The movement became a global phenomenon, bringing together individuals from all walks of life. Years later, as Armaan sat in his now thriving bookstore transformed into a hub for storytellers, he often thought about the old man who had given him the book. Who was he? Where had he come from? Though Armaan never found the answers, he understood that some mysteries are meant to remain unsolved. What mattered was the journey and the countless lives transformed along the way. Armaan's story became a legend, proving that sometimes all it takes is one moment of belief to change the course of your life. And as for the book, it remained in a glass case in Armaan's store, a silent reminder that everyone's story deserves to be heard.